Welcome to AgTech Talk by AgriBusiness Global, where we explore the cutting-edge technologies and global crop protection industry. I'm your host, Lauren Milligan, content specialist for AgriBusiness Global. Today, we will be talking with Ofer Judovits, co-founder and CEO of Marvin, about how Marvin's technology is transforming traditional practices in carbon measurement, crop inputs, and supply chain optimization, helping companies make smarter, data-driven decisions. I'd like to get started with talking about how Marvin's platform combines some geospatial and satellite data with AI to address key challenges in the land sector. I'm hoping you can elaborate on how this technology is transforming traditional practices, specifically in sectors like carbon measurement, crop inputs, supply chain optimization.
Sure. So maybe a couple of points on this. We saw, I think, two technological revolutions that are happening in the same time. One is this race in space, mostly driven by SpaceX, taking a Falcon 9 every month to the sky with new microwave size of sensors that created an opportunity to decrease price for spaceborne sensors that can give us additional information for new industries. In addition, it's not only imagery anymore. We see now a good high-resolution thermal or land surface temperature technology that is coming to space. We see LiDARs that was crucial for areas like we operate in here in LATAM that have high cloud coverage, and we need to ensure that we have something that can actually penetrate the cloud to create a good time series. And we see ground penetrating radars. This is very relevant for us in order to evaluate some characteristics of the soil. And this is happening in parallel to the acceleration of, I think now it's almost becoming not mainstream for me not to use this word AI, that have computer vision, deep learning models that when you can feed them with some types of new sensors and new data, can give us insights. This raw information needs to get a layer of business logic. And this is something we're specializing in, creating a data fusion, building our own databases. And then from this, we're actually predicting things from yield prediction to, say, vendor screening, understanding they're compliant in different areas that they're operating in, and even predicting the supply across our supply chains in order to optimize based on different market demands for large organizations.
What long-term impacts do you foresee this platforming on the ag sector?
So I think the ag sector and forestry, which sometimes forestry seems as the small brother, but actually has a very important role within the ag sector, is going through increased adoption of new technologies. We know that our food, feed, and fiber now are becoming more and more scarce, and also it's becoming more and more volatile to get to the same yields with the climate changing so rapidly in the different regions. So I see now the sector is starting to adopt new practices. This is impacting not only the operational side from things on where to put the seeds or what are the best harvesting time or even suitability of different seedlings, but also to manage the financial, meaning if we can start to predict what is going to be the yield of certain commodity to give us a better option of understanding how to build our P&A, our financials for the company.
For crop protection companies, what type of synergies do you see with this kind of technology, specifically regarding crop inputs and technology packages that are offered to our growers?
So I think now it's becoming well known that in order for us to get the best crops, we need to ensure soil health, and we need to evaluate the suitability of different areas, different watersheds with different climatic conditions in order to get to this yield. So with this type of companies, we actually have a great synergy. Marvin is giving them a solution that is almost their experiment platform to see how different treatments within the fields are helping the farmers to get to better yield while optimizing the type of R&D required in order for them to receive the results to continue get better products, not only for the farmers, but also for the future of our lands.
What is the current landscape of AgTech adoption in Brazil? And as a follow-up question, what type of growth do you anticipate in the next 5 years, particularly with specific types of AgTech?
Sure. So I'll start with the later. I see two main challenges that are now building up on the land sector. Land sector, by the way, it's a definition not coined by me or by Marvin. This is how the greenhouse gas protocol is calling actually 4 industries. So agriculture, forestry, pulp and paper, timber, all the derivatives, mining, and biofuel. Why these 4? They have special relationship with carbon. They don't only emit 23% of global emission, but also capture, sequester carbon. And those industries are going through 2 challenges. One, they need to ensure how they're taking in a growing complexity, sustainability pressure in order to keep freedom to operate in global market, and also for them to enrich premia with some of their products, as this is the demand from their blue chip customers. And the second challenge is about, unfortunately, climate is not about regulation. It's actually physical. So a lot of time we see when our producers in the ag sector are thinking about climate change, what they actually mean is water cycles and how they're changing. That was very dominant in areas that we operate in, like Brazil. Brazil had an unfortunate event in Rio Grande do Sul last year, and the longest water scarcity in the north and central regions, calling for better tools that can help them to anticipate these new climatic risks. And what I see with farmers, they're looking now, especially on water, to do 2 things in parallel. First, to build resiliency in order for them to get to water resources. Second, to have optimized irrigation planning. Irrigation planning is not one size fits all. And for this, they need to ensure that they get the right ROI and they have the right tool to support them through these important decisions.
Do you have any final comments about how your technology is helping companies make smarter and more data-driven decisions?
So I think one of the interesting things that we also see is the importance for this sector to have an ability to collaborate across value chains. As sometimes we have producers, traders, manufacturers, and then a retail partner working across the same supply chain need to exchange information while keeping data secured. So here we needed to develop a new model, taking some of our experience from cybersecurity in order to facilitate the full support for the supply chain while ensuring data is staying private.
Thanks for listening to AgTech Talk by AgriBusiness Global. Stay connected with the latest in ag tech and crop protection by following us on LinkedIn and visiting agribusinessglobal.com for more insights and updates. Until next time.